Hello. Good morning, everybody. It is quite morning. Hello, everyone. Such morning. Still warm. Still not happy about the fact that it is so warm.
It is. The technical term is
fucking warm, D. Exactly, Wendy, right? While we're waiting a moment, there's something I'm going to try and manipulate. I don't think I can do it from within here. I need to move where the chat happens because it's been blocking some buttons that I need to press. I'm sorry, that's about the the mental level we're at here this morning. McDonald's breakfast has been ordered in the nick of time because we did a lot of driving yesterday and we got home about 1:30 this morning. And it was quite noisy outside for a bit. And so it took us a while to get to sleep. So we are a little subdued this morning as we try and, fire things up. Subdued. Exactly. Sunday morning roll call. Exactly. Hey, Specky, how's it going? So, hello. How are you? It is still warm, but apparently that's about to start ending. Today is supposed to be not quite as warm as yesterday was. And then tomorrow the temperature's supposed to fall off a cliff, which I wish it a merry...
I would like to push it.
I would like to shove it off the cliff a bit sooner, if at all possible. Though the nice thing about being in the car the vast majority of yesterday was air conditioning, which I greatly appreciated. So, that kind of summer that you get in California, which is a gorgeous week of weather right when the kids go back to school, has landed here as well. Glad to see that it's followed me. And then just a reminder, folks, that the top of the stream ad is running right now. So if you can hear me, you're not subject to the ad. If all of a sudden Twitch is selling you something and you can't hear me, you are watching an ad. And we will be back, so don't worry. Oh my gosh. Berta says, we had a pretty heavy storm yesterday, so it looks like it's about to be the end of the high temps for us here. Naomi, good morning. Are you not London podcast festing today? I bet you are, and you just haven't left the house yet, because your house probably has air conditioning and you don't want to go outside. And I don't blame you, because it is not a pleasant sensation to be outside right now in the UK, in England at least. We caught a little bit of the thunderstorms in York. They were just kicking off as we got on the road last night. You are on your way. You are streaming on the go. This is very... Ooh, it says Act 1. I hadn't realized. It'll be interesting, since we have 7 days to do this investigation, how they break down the acts. I've been binging Who Lives, Who Dice, and it's gotten me through a tough week. That's very sweet, Bonsai. Wonderful to hear. We had a very close lightning strike that scared all of us, including the kitties. Oh no! Yes, lightning is one of those things. It's like, you are beautiful. Stay over there where I can see you. Yeah. That's right. And we had a lovely family dinner out with your entire family all in one place for one time. All 6 of us, which made me chortle.
That was the first time we've all been together in one place, basically ever.
Yeah.
Because my sister married her husband about 2 years before the pandemic, and they were on the overman, so we don't see them very much anyway. And then the pandemic hit, so this was the first time we met my brother-in-law. He's really cool, really nice guy.
Yeah. Was there more to that story? About going up to York yesterday? We were talking about thunder?
I was trying to provide context to the fact that
okay.
it seemed somewhat low.
Yeah.
Because it was...
What's the matter? Hold on.
That stupid fucking mic button is put there specifically to piss me off, and it manages it every single time.
Is that better, everybody?
There we go. Thanks for the heads up, Wendy. I appreciate it.
Mm.
No, it was just... My family is a lot at the moment. There's a very small amount of them, but with my mom most of the way through chemotherapy and my dad about to start him on his cancer diagnosis and treatment. And my sister and I are 10 years apart. And several thousand miles apart in ideologies. It is sometimes very apparent. So it's not often we're all in the same place. And I mean, biologically, I'm the one person everyone pretty much gets along with. So it was kind of nice. It was
a nice get together, but as one would expect, it also had a lot of emotion around it. There's a lot going on in the family right now. So we're a bit wrung out between that and the warm weather and the long drive. This will be a very chill energy from us this morning, though it seems that the game is going to provide plenty of energy, which is delightful, and I'm appreciative. The other thing, just to warn everybody about, is we ordered McDonald's, and it's on the way, and as soon as I get the whole "your driver is on the way" notification, we may take a break a little early to go and acquire food, because I need hash browns and orange juice this morning, y'all.
Hash browns and orange juice, y'all.
I need hash browns and orange juice. And the other reason we treated ourselves to McDonald's for breakfast is because we did not eat any fast food on the road trip yesterday.
That's not strictly true.
Pringles don't count.
KFC.
We had KFC.
That's chicken. It's healthy.
It had vegetables. We did not eat McDonald's on the road trip yesterday, so we're having it this morning. Delayed gratification. So, yes, I need hash browns and orange juice is what we're saying. Right, should we do a quick recap about...
Previously on Stray Gods, a remarkable amount happened in a very short space of time.
This game is delightful. So, you are... your name is Grace. You have just left school because it wasn't doing it for you. Your best friend / girlfriend, maybe if you want her to be Frankie, / roommate, they do live together, is trying to pick you up. The band is having auditions. You have the auditions. Everybody else leaves. You start singing just to yourself. And in walks Calliope, who sings a song with you, which is very sweet. And then you go home. And then Calliope winds up on your floor dead and bleeding out and apologizing, like, I'm so sorry, I didn't want this to happen this way. And then Hermes shows up through a dimensional door where your front door used to be. And congratulations, you're now amused. Come with me.
Also, I just want to take a moment to highlight the delightfully non-binary Hermes we appear to have.
Exactly. So Hermes takes you to the Council of Muses, or...
Yes, which is run by...
of idols, as they call it.
Which it includes, is it Apollo and his entire chest meat?
Apollo and his entire broken open shirt, yes. The delightful Persephone, who we're going to be spending more of time with today. Aphrodite and Athena, who we are very sus of, because she's the one still in Greek clothing, and she seems to be pulling all the strings. And she basically tells you, I'm sorry, you have to die. And you're like, excuse me? This isn't my fault. So you convince her to give you a week to try and solve the murder of Calliope. So you go off and start investigating, and Pan shows up and teaches you how to use your musical investigative powers.
Pan, it should be pointed out, is a very sexy, very well-dressed goat man.
Yes. With nobody has yet to have an incredible voice. They're all very wonderful voices.
And the voice cast for this thing is like a who's who of, oh, it's them.
Oh, it's Troy Baker. Oh, it's Felicia Day. Is Ashley Johnson in this? Yes, Ashley Johnson was Calliope.
Ashley Johnson's in this.
Right, so it's been wonderful. So we have told Pan, you know what, I'm going to stick with my best friend, and I think we'll investigate this on our own, as tempting and sus as your offer is. And so then, what did we do? Pan directed us towards Calliope's apartment. So we went to investigate Calliope's apartment, where we ran into a very broody Apollo, who we sang a song with. And then Apollo takes us back to one of his squalid beachfront squats, where we met the most amazing character to date, Oracle. Oracle, the apparently 14-year-old hacker. um, who was like told Apollo not to get his abs in a twist, which was delightful. And we've done some research and found out that Calliope's apartment was paid for by Underworld, or K something is the name of the company. I can't remember.
Basically, the company run by Persephone.
The company
who's
run by
running the underworld.
Persephone. So we are about to. We couldn't trust Pan. I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Core. Thank you very much, Aussie. Core Real Estate. So now we are off to go talk to Persephone, who's just going to love that we're going to walk into her underworld without any invitation. I'm sure she's going to adore this. But if you'll excuse me first, I'm going to check on the status of our breakfast order. The driver is at the restaurant waiting to pick it up. Great. And more importantly, I need to go get my phone, because my phone can turn on the fan that's sitting right there. And I will be right back. Amuse the peoples.
I will amuse the peoples.
Please amuse the peoples. Tell the peoples about the sound.
Oh, the soundtrack for this thing is really cool because it's actually baked into the mechanics of the game. The variable choice dialogue trees that you get in role-playing games, the do you want to be a dick? Hey, Specky, do you want to be lovely? Do you want to be a low-level asshole? You know, obviously with more nuance. I've designed games. I know how this works. I'm just explaining. Low-level attitude.
There is, I think it's called...
Dickitude?
Well, that's what it's called in that. But,
But the interesting thing about it is that these choices are built into the songs.
And they're color-coded. There's a red one and a blue one and a green one. And the red one is the rebellious loner one. And the blue one is the intellectual one. And the green one is the I just want everybody to be nice. And that's the one we're playing right now. Oh, and I've turned the fan on. Thanks, Maker. It's already 24 degrees outside.
It fucking feels it.
10:30 in the morning. How very dare you? Alrighty. I think. Oh, I won't be here next week because I got a table at Cardiff Trans Pride Craft Fair.
Awesome.
That sounds amazing. Have a wonderful time.
Job,
in fact,
Becky.
Wendy, we forgot to tell you, and we forgot to tell the stream last week, we're going to have to cancel on Wednesday because friends from
Switzerland.
abroad are coming over for the conference, for the Fantasy Con that's happening next weekend. And we are going to an early birthday dinner with people on Wednesday night. So we will not be home from dinner in time for stream. So I will send out a reminder about this to everybody here shortly. But I just remembered in the car on the way home last night. So that's where we're at. But that's okay. Hobbs Barrel will wait another week. Alrighty.
It's just a little guy.
Early night on Wednesday. Yeah, noted.
He's just a little guy doing goblin crimes.
The friends are very nice. We only we don't get to see them in person very often at all because they live in Switzerland. And dinner is something they picked, and I'm sure it'll be lovely. The food is an excuse to just sit around and sit with dear friends for hours and hours, which I'm greatly going to enjoy. All right, let us, in the meantime, is my order on the way? I'm hungry. Yes, I'm slightly whiny. Please don't mind me. It has not. Follow your driver on a map when the order's on its way. Okay, but the fact that I can't click on that yet says it hasn't been picked up yet. Okay, that's fine. Let us continue. Here's Apollo's squalid beachfront. Time to confront Persephone at her nightclub. Really? Confronting is not the phrase I would use.
There will be no confronting.
Okay, I can't. Is this my journal? No. Here's my journal. All right, I think we read these updates last night. Pan. This one's shady, folks. I can just get what kind of favor he's going to want. Here we go. Here's Persephone, whose photo I did in fact send to my tailor last week.
And it worked out quite well
for you. And it
worked
quite well for me, yes. I think my Worldcon tartan vest / waistcoat that I'm going to have made may take a lot of stylistic riffings from that. She's next on my list of idols to talk to, though. I have a feeling she's not going to be very happy to see me. That's correct. There's Apollo and his whole entire chest.
Yeah, Oracle had this beautiful line about did he do his whole sad abs thing at you? And Apollo is in the room. And Troy Baker's delivery on, I am standing right here.
I can't wait to meet Aphrodite. My theory about Aphrodite being on the council is that she's very easy to manipulate.
You think she's here as Athena's stooge, don't you?
I am so sus of Athena. So sus.
Let us also speak of the owl.
Yeah, what about the owl?
There is an owl in a very Spartan-looking helmet who, and this is one of the reasons I instantly love this game, is guarding a plate of cookies in Athena's office.
Yes.
And then when Pan shows up, literally a minute after you're told you can't tell anybody about what's going on, and says, that's a variable rule, you're flatmaking.
No, basically, you can't tell all of humanity that we exist, but you can tell one human. I mean, what's that gonna do? I'm like, do you want how many scenarios that just went through my head about how that could ruin everything? I've spent the last 2 days in Baldur's Gate fighting J. Jonah Jameson, i.a. J.K. Simmons, who's playing a very important big bad. And every time I hear him talk, I'm like, I hear him say, "Give me a picture of Spider-Man!" I'm sorry, I'm really tired this morning, folks.
Han has this lovely little throwaway line, because you can ask him how he got there so fast. He says, a little bird told me.
And we're all like,
so, remember...
We all make penguin noises like I do, right? Exactly. Exactly. So, anyway, I think now is the time... Oh, shall we show the people Hermes as well? Here's Hermes. Hermes was delightful. I enjoyed them greatly. I hope we get to see more of them. Loving the look.
Actually dressed very similarly to my favorite NPC in Starfield so far as well.
Nice. Here's Calliope, who died.
Classic Ashley Johnson. Show up, class up the joint for 15 lines.
Like I said, it's wonderful that we have another actor example to add to the Mark Shepard constellation of show up, class up the joint, leave.
I was completely unaware she was a series regular on Blind Spot when that was running.
I don't know what Blind Spot is.
Blind Spot was woman is found in bag in the middle of Times Square with no memory of her lost.
Is she the one covered in tattoos?
She's covered in tattoos.
Okay.
It was basically reverse Prison Break. Instead of every tattoo is there for a reason to help you escape.
4 Pines from Gravity Falls. So you go there and I go, I'm Kate Johnson. We're done here.
Whereas I just go to Oz, which is the single darkest, most horrifying TV show ever made. So...
Well, we are approaching spooky season. All right, we're going to the underworld. I'm sure that will go fine.
Fine. It's fine. Why would it not be fine? Look at it. It's such a salubrious joint. It's
Look at all that. Whoa. Badass logo. Digging it.
Welcome to the underworld.
Wow. How have I never heard of this place?
Persephone keeps it a secret, while still managing to draw a crowd every night. Don't ask me how. Here in the underworld, idols can be themselves, even if they don't look human.
Like, hello? Who was he flirting with?
Right.
Well, he's Pan.
Has anything shifted yet? No.
What, huh?
On the food. Has anything shifted yet?
Let me check. I look. No. And by the way, I turned off as many QuickTime events as was physically. What have you done? Mastodon, go away. I don't want you. I want my food order. It says that the driver's waiting for their order. So That's where we're at right now. Just remind me in 5 minutes and we'll take a look. Yes. Pan is flirting with yes, right? The very definition of the word. Not your... Is this not your kind of place? Or is it dangerous? Or is it an odd place to find Persephone? Finding Persephone in the underworld is not odd. We'll just ask Apollo as if this is not his kind of place.
Do you come here often?
Oh, no. Persephone and I aren't friends.
Is she friends with anyone?
Not many, no. Except Calliope, apparently. If we're to find Persephone in all this, we'll need to split up. Have you considered what you'll say to her?
Okay, so here is more of the which path are we playing? We've got red, which is fighter, and green is I'll be persuasive, or not really, or can I simply ask her?
Have literally one guess which one we're going for.
Don't mock my persuasion skills. I regularly defeat challenge 30 persuasion tests. Thank you.
Don't at me, bro.
Don't at me, bro. I'll try and be persuasive.
I'll figure something out. I can be persuasive when I want to be.
I'm aware. I'm just not sure even you could sweet-talk Persephone.
Is that a challenge?
It's the truth. If Persephone really was friends with Calliope, talking to you might be the last thing she wants. You need to be prepared to use your powers, as you did with me.
Then why did you bring me
Come find me in the crowd
here?
if you need anything. Otherwise, be careful, Grace.
Good luck. Not at all ominous. Okay. Nice screen. See, we got a much better view of the place here, which I like. Gigantic bar. Like in the upstairs tables, the corner booths, very
I kind
classic.
of love how the corner booths evoke the shape of an old record player.
Yeah, look at the bottom of them.
Yeah.
I do enjoy that the dialogue options that our character builds. I do too. I like that it shows you if you had taken this path, you could have picked this, right? Okay, so we've got Apollo, Eros, Hermes, and Pan. I think Hermes is a good place to start because they're an individual we know but haven't had a longer conversation with. And they might introduce us to others. Okay. Delight driver is 3 minutes out. So do you want to
And I'm
head
about
down?
3 minutes up.
So why don't we take an early break here, folks? Apologies for the kind of janky jump, but Alistair's going to go grab our breakfast, and this is a perfect screen for you to listen to the tunes and observe the amazing lighting and art style, and I can refill my coffee because he ordered a latte, so I get the rest of the pot. And we will be back in about... I didn't have to encourage you very hard to indulge in a latte, now did I? We are going to take a 3-minute break, and when we come back, it may still just be me if Alistair is out grabbing breakfast. So we will be right back. You should also take a break if you haven't already. Maybe you need a beverage. Maybe the nightclub has inspired you to eat something purple. I mean, I don't know. You do you. But get up and take a break, take a stretch, hydrate, please, because this weather requires hydration, and we will be right back. No, it's Just Eat. I do love the music. Gotta admit. We listened to Lost Girl, which was one of the first musical numbers, while we were driving yesterday. And the soundtracks are really neat because, of course, the songs are variable. You can pick different dialogue based on, like, your path or your choices. So there are different variants of each song on the soundtrack, which is very cool. It's already 27 degrees. I don't like it. Blech. I was adding something to the grocery list because that's where my brain's at this morning. There we go. Not Demur Marguerite. That's... Demerara. Alright, fine. There we go. Waiting for breakfast. And then I can... Oh, it says delivered, so Alistair's obviously just picked it up downstairs and I can close that tab. Delightful. I have all of the dancing skills God gave Corn. Corn is amazing at dancing. What are you saying? It'll be fabulous. It's not even sunny in New York this morning and it still managed to be just a bit too hot, but we've been promised... Yeah, I was looking at the weather forecast one day and you got a big old rain. What? Oh no, that's... I thought it said it was going to rain here. I was very excited for a minute. It says your light rain is expected to start in the next 15 to 30 minutes, Wendy. So you're about to get deluged. I hope you enjoy it. Oh yeah, whole bunch of rain headed your way. I'm so jealous. It's apparently supposed to start here as well now, all of a sudden? God, please. Oh, wow. Yeah, if that big old belt hits us, we might be getting rain here shortly. That would be delightful, because it'll hopefully cool it off a bit. Oh, good timing on breakfast. Hey folks, Alistair's back with the bag. Just give it a minute. I'm gonna go look at the window, because, hey honey, the weather report says it's supposed to start raining in the next 15 minutes. Right? It also explains what I was smelling earlier. Yeah, it's oh gosh, there's a cool breeze. Oh no, it's definitely gonna start raining. I said I all of a sudden felt a cool breeze. That definitely means it's about to start raining. Yay! Please, wash all of this horrible heat and humidity away. I beg of you. Just another minute, folks. We're getting breakfast situated, and then we will go talk to Hermes. Ask him if he has any Birkins. Ask them if they have any Birkins. I doubt they have any Birkins. But, you know, if you're going to talk to Hermes, you might as well ask, right? We had a short thunderstorm without rain yesterday, and it had a shelf cloud at its leading edge, which was fun to see. We took Alistair's parents home after dinner. It was about 8:30, 8:45, and there was just this rolling bank. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and your heathen sauce, of course. For where is your latte? Alright, let me... Let me start divulging all of this. There we go. One crappy donut for you. Orange juices. And then latte. And then the bag of grease. Behold the bag of grease. That just disintegrated, so we just, like, dispensed with the pleasantries there. Oh, hash browns. Oh, my ultimate beloved. Apologies in advance for the eating sounds, but let us have a chat with Hermes. With Hermes, because it's a Greek game, not a French game. And let's see what they have to say. Oh, nice.
Whoa, you're here. I mean, you gotta be somewhere, but you're here.
Hello, Hermes.
Sorry about running off on you back at the thing. Didn't really have a choice, but sorry anyway.
Aw, how sweet. What's your story?
You're not much like the other idols, are you?
No? I haven't been an idol very long. Maybe like a year? I've lost track. So, I'm not the one to ask about the idol stuff. It's all cool, but mostly I do whatever Athena asks.
Point
Athena
for my
says
sus theory.
one day I'll sit on the chorus. That'll be sick. Can you imagine me in charge?
Is Erika Ishii, as seen in many episodes of Actually. Nice. Isn't Athena in charge, or should we ask not really, or why not? Listen.
Wouldn't Athena still be in charge?
Yeah, you're probably right.
That doesn't bother you?
Why would it? Athena's the nicest of the bunch. She makes the best cookies.
What's
Okay,
in the
the cookies
cookies?
are important.
How did you become an idol?
You've only been an idol for a year? How did that happen?
Probably same way it did with you.
Oh, the old Hermes died in your arms and then they accused you of his murder?
No. Well, yes. I mean, no, not like that. But yeah. I was there when he died. We were friends, and I was having trouble at home, and he helped me out. I miss him.
Oh. Sorry, kid.
How did he die?
Can I ask how he died?
He didn't want to be here anymore.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
You mean...
I'd rather not talk about it. I'm him now. It's all good.
Oh, I'm really sorry. Interesting pattern, though, because I think both Apollo and Calliope made reference to things catching up with them and not wanting to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Interesting.
When Calliope died, you were right there. Within moments. How did you know?
I told you. I got word, so I came.
But how did you get word?
Look, when an idol dies, I have to be there. So I just know. It's a Hermes thing.
Oh, it does sound grim.
That sounds grim.
It's not so bad. Corone could be less creepy, though.
Who's Corone?
Corone!
He keeps asking me for a mixtape. What even is that?
I have to meet Charon now.
The look on her face, though. What even is that? Oh.
Yeah, kind of does have. I was thinking more of a. What's the name of the? Is it Pan, the amazing 7-foot-tall Irish shit kicker in American Gods?
The leprechaun. Yes.
Oh, he's a leprechaun. Okay.
Yes. Played by the astounding Pablo Schreiber. There's also the slightest hint of Homestar Runner.
To Hermes?
To Hermes, yeah. If nothing else, to like, you're probably right. Just
Matt Sweeney, that's it. Thank you. What do you know about how she died?
This is probably a stupid question, but... Do you know who might have killed Calliope?
Ugh, why would I know anything about that?
When you came to the apartment, it seemed like you knew her.
Oh no, I only met her once. She didn't live with the rest of the idols or hang out with us very much. She seemed nice though. Angry, maybe. But I don't know who'd want to hurt her.
That doesn't seem to match what Apollo said.
It sounds as if she didn't much like the idols.
It was more like how you can't stand your family sometimes, even if you still love them.
Yep. Alright.
Interesting that
Do you know if
locks off
Persephone
other
is here?
choices.
I need to talk to her.
Oh, you're serious. Why would you want to talk to Persephone? Nobody ever wants that. One time, I laughed too loud near her, and she threatened to ban me from the club. I don't want to be banned. I like it here.
Is she that bad?
Is Persephone really that bad? Why do the idols put up with her?
We're like family, and Persephone is that really mean aunt that nobody wants to invite. Don't tell her I said that. She keeps a list. It's a thing.
Okay, forget I asked.
Whew! Man, just the thought of talking to Persephone gives me goosebumps. Blech.
I like that you kind of only get one particular investigative path.
I really like
I
Hermes.
adore
They're very
Hermes.
sweet.
Picking up on some patterns here, which is good. You know, we're kind of learning by osmosis, scientific method. Yeah, Persephone is the Scorpio archetype, very much so.
I'll see you around.
If you die, then for sure. But, don't die.
That was an interesting conversation. I am prioritizing these because I don't know if we're going to get to go through all 4 options.
And let me guess, you're
It's
going
implied
Hermes.
that we get to go through all 4 options because this is the same dialogue selection as in Calliope's apartment, where we could look at all the instruments and paintings. So, but I'm still being strategic about it, just in case. I'm going to talk to Eros next, then Pan,
Would
then
you
Paula.
like to help me eat my disappointing donut?
I can have half of that.
It looks pretty
It
disappointing.
looks pretty. Go ahead and rip it in half and leave me half for later.
I don't like.
You don't like what?
I don't like the shape of it. Put me in mind of things.
Really? Okay. You have an overly active imagination, but I love you. Wait. All right. Let's talk to Eros. Hello.
Is that a harness?
Oh, that sure looks like leather. You know, leather fetish wear to me. I'm looking forward to meeting this individual.
Do you need a moment?
Hello.
There.
Hey, you're the new muse, aren't you?
I guess I am, yeah.
Aphrodite mentioned it. Didn't figure I'd see you here, though.
Oh, I want to crawl
Excuse me,
inside that voice.
Name's Eros, god of sex.
Hang on.
Wait, did you say that you're the god of sex?
Desire, really. Sensuality. Attraction. Why? Were you expecting a chubby little flying baby with a bow and arrow?
I wasn't.
I actually preferred Cupid, but Pan had to be the trickster. Spread all those stupid stories.
I'm sorry.
Why? It's not your fault. Just another grudge I get to carry around forever.
I'm sorry. You sound slightly bitter. And what are you doing here? Oh, look, let's ask about Aphrodite. How do you know? Well, I mean,
Shit.
what?
Bayek.
Bayek.
The actor's name is Abubakar Salim, and he was the voice of Bayek in Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla.
That explains some things.
He sounds wonderful.
Good grief. He sounds amazing. We haven't had pronouns yet. They sound amazing.
You know Aphrodite, right? I only met her the once.
Sure, she's my mother. You know how it is.
Oh, okay.
How would I know? No here, remember?
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't thinking. But you hear a lot of idols talk about each other like that. You know, mother, brother, sister, grandfather. None of us are actually related. We just played a family for so many centuries. It may as well be true.
Interesting. So Aphrodite is your quote mother.
So
unquote.
Aphrodite is your mother, but not really.
That's right. A long time ago, she took care of me when I needed taking care of. The mortals, they just assumed. These days, well, it's not like that anymore. We're not as invulnerable as we used to be. Least of all, Aphrodite.
Interesting. Least of all, Aphrodite. That kind of implies that she's in a vulnerable position, which makes a sense why Athena would.
We're also now 2 for 2 on these people being very aware of the fact they are playing characters.
And they're kind of trapped in these roles.
Hermes, you picked up on the thing of we've now encountered 2 instances of an idol choosing to stop.
Yeah.
Hermes plays a little bit like, I am moving very quickly because that means I don't have to think about the fact I am expected to end the same way.
There's a lot of that. What brings you to the underworld?
The god of sex at a club. Looking for someone?
Once I might have, sure. Now I'm just here to see it happen.
See what happened?
Look out there. See all these people. The hope, the anticipation, the connections, they bounce off each other. To me, it's like lightning.
I adore you. Of course he enjoys that. It's literally his thing.
And you enjoy that?
I used to make it happen, you know. Mortals once begged me to make it happen, to inspire true love. But now I only inspire sex. Not the same thing. It's just as well. People should find true love the hard way. They'll value it more.
Ooh, there's history there. Hang on.
Yeah, I love that you get, is everything okay?
You seem a little distracted. Is everything okay?
Of course it is. Sure.
No, you're lying.
Not obvious, huh? Truth is,
Bless you.
I don't come here that often. No, it's hard to get away. I just... Nope. Never mind.
Okay. You can talk to me.
I'm willing to listen if you need to talk.
I appreciate that. Maybe some other time.
We're gonna come back to him. Hard to get away? Like he's caretaking or something? Okay, that's a good quote connection, unquote. We'll have to come back to him.
I'm getting a bit the curious case of the cookies in the nighttime. Hermes having that line about, Athena makes the best cookies. Athena offers you one.
And I don't think we eat it.
Don't take it. I'm getting a little bit of a sense...
No. When strange, powerful beings offer you food, you politely decline at least 3 times, and then you have to figure it out from there. I know the rules of hospitality, thank you.
I'm getting a slight hint, especially the thing you pointed out, that Athena is the only one still in classical garb. Is she playing dollies with these people?
Yeah, she might be feeling a lack of control and deciding to exert it through her family, i.e. what she considers puppets.
I'm
gonna feel horrible if it's some random third person we haven't met yet who's actually responsible for everything.
Felicia Day, we're very sorry.
But Athena, I am so sus of you right now.
Here's the thing. I'm looking for Persephone, but I can't find her anywhere.
Well, I know where she is, but I question whether she'd be happy to see you. I like you, but Mother told me what happened at the chorus. I don't want to cause trouble with Persephone.
Could you maybe pass along a message? I'm gonna say I don't blame you.
I don't know Persephone well, but considering what I do know, I don't blame you.
I know it's lousy, and I'm sorry. I hope I can make it up to you someday.
I'm going to interpret that in many, many ways. Thank you.
And they're all fun.
I'll see you around.
Count on it.
I like him a lot. Alrighty. Hello, Pan. This is where he's going to say, well, if you had taken me up on my offer, I could have done something for you here. But I can't, so I rely heavily on the fact that the narrative dictates I eventually talk to Persephone, and that someone will find some way to make it happen, even if I'm unable to myself right now. I like Barrows. Yes, very much so.
Alright, Goatsy, let's have you. I'm going to hell for that one.
Oh, which one? Tartarus or
Goatsy.
which hell?
Pan.
No. Which hell?
The fun
This is the
one.
Greek.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Hey, hell.
Ugh.
Yeah, thank you, Wendy. That deserved that completely. I'm not even going to fight that one. And that deserved it too.
I do like Pan a lot. Oh, look at him in his corner booth, flirting with the. Hello.
As I live and breathe, if it isn't our dear Muse.
Oh, his voice.
Hi, Pam.
Tell me, have you decided to leave your troubles behind and join us in the land of shadows and revelry?
Oh, his voice. I know, right, Wendy? I just want to crawl inside the libretto. It's so wonderful.
If you ever want to, The Walking Dead season 6 through 10 is, as long as you're okay with gore, a very, very good time. And he is in so much of it, and his character arc is so sweet.
Apparently, Specky stopped doing the dishes just to yell at you for the Ghostbusters reference. Thank you. I'm going to start with a compliment. It's always a good idea.
I should thank you for the address. It's what led me here.
No need to thank me. You'll owe me. Remember.
No.
How you
Yeah,
managed
about
to
that.
stir the sun god from his oh-so-tiresome gloom, I cannot imagine. Nicely done.
I do. I like him.
I would go for. I like him.
I like him. It took some convincing, but at least he's helping me without asking anything in return.
Truly, how do you function with such naivete?
Do you know something I don't?
Yes. I'm sorry, was that
Oh, I love him.
I'm guessing it's a total coincidence that I'm running into you here.
It must be. The alternative would be that I knew a great many things ahead of time.
Well, did you?
Do I look like an oracle? I am here to listen to thrilling music and meet delicious people. My tastes are simple.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of simple tastes, my glass is empty again. The service here is appalling.
You come here often, then. Dun, dun, dun. Of course he does.
I assume you're a regular at this club?
And why would you assume that, dear Grace?
The horns, you. Do you know Persephone well?
There is no knowing Persephone well. She won't have it. Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Long ago, we were all very different. Over the span of ages, however, even mountains erode.
I love the honesty of that.
I did see a cool thing on Tumblr about, like, look, you can embrace your internal dichotomies. Persephone is both the goddess of spring and the queen of the underworld. You can be both!
You can be both.
Be both!
The things you say, the things you don't say. You don't make yourself seem trustworthy. You know that?
Trust is for the weak and the penniless.
Ooh.
Still not helping.
Why, Grace, are you assuming that I, Pan, am some sort of scoundrel?
How very dare you say that so close to my ears. Oh, good lord. That was delightful. Okay, and I'm giving Ozzy, I'm very sorry about this, because Ozzy's formative cartoon was Teen Titans, and that's the voice of Cyborg.
Oh.
And now Cyborg is being very flirty and sexy in our ears,
Ozzy,
and it's a
I'm
lot
sorry.
to reckon with, and I'm sorry. I know, Grace has phenomenal eyebrows. I really love this art style of just shifting between well-drawn stills to imply motion. It's nice, and it keeps the concentration of the experience on the auditory, because the visual is not so overwhelming. You're not looking at constant movement or anything like that. I really think that's very wise. It's also probably, oh look, I have a flirt option with Pan. But this is the playthrough where they were roommates is going to come true, so we'll not do it this time. I'm going to play this game so many times.
I know.
I don't think he's the murderer. No, that would be entirely to getting his hands dirty.
Pan doesn't do that. He has people
No,
for
he'd
that.
manipulate a waiter or a street thug into doing it for them.
He has people for that.
Exactly.
It's more that I'm stating it outright.
Rejected twice in a row. How will I ever recover from such insult, I ask you?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to tell you, Grace. Even an idol needs to get by.
Mm.
You must know why I'm here, right?
Let me guess. You seek our sweet-natured proprietress.
Can you help me find her?
Earlier I wasn't good enough, but now, I see how it is.
Oh, he's just
By all
chewing this.
means, I'd love to tell Persephone that the source of her rage has intruded on her domain.
What if I ask nicely?
What if I asked you really nicely and batted my eyelashes, like so?
Oh no, not my one true weakness.
I could also flatter you, tell you how shiny your horns are.
All right. Never let it be said that flattery gets one nowhere. Let me know when you're ready and I'll take you to Persephone.
I really appreciate it.
Do keep that in mind after you've spoken to her.
I love him.
I know. All right, let's talk to Apollo and give him the heads up because I want reinforcements.
I absolutely... He has such John Constantine energy.
I know. It's delightful. And he's a very snappy dresser. Hey. Look at...
Fucking California
Look
casual
at those! Look at your shoes! You're in flip-flops!
flip-flops and dad chinos and 800 necklaces.
God! What are you doing? That is a lovely composition of his pose, though. And he has sandals, of course. Right? They're not even like closed-toed, like braided leather sandals. They're fucking flip-flops. They're goddamn Havanas.
That man has a koozie in his pocket, and I will not be told different.
Just, oh, what are you doing, my dude?
I thought this would be easier, but it's as if Persephone left instructions to thwart me. Every staff member I approach screams and runs off. I hope your search has been more successful.
This isn't your kind of place, is it?
You don't come here often, I'm guessing?
Never. I'm sure Persephone only sent the membership as a formality. I doubt she thought I'd ever use it.
Don't you ever have fun? No drinking or dancing in Apollo land?
Once. When I had the muses to keep me company.
Yeah. Okay, see, so I can flirt. I think I like try living a little, but no flirting.
Okay.
Because remember what Calliope was trying to do was to get him to come out of his shell. So if I say I'm sorry, it's going to reinforce that emotion. Let's see if I can get him on the dance floor.
You know, fun doesn't just happen, Apollo. It's okay to not beat yourself up 100% of the time.
I know.
I know you know, but you're in a club. Live a little.
This style of music is unfamiliar to me, but thank you, Grace. I'll try my best.
I think, Wendy, that may need to happen in a future playthrough, for certain. Tell me more about Persephone.
It might help if I knew more about Persephone.
It couldn't hurt. What would you like to know, exactly?
I would go story, then why is everyone scared? But
Yeah. What's your story?
What's Persephone's story? Her name rings a bell, but I don't
No doubt you've heard the tale of how Hades, lord of the underworld, kidnapped a young sweet goddess and made her his wife.
That sweet young goddess was Persephone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Demeter's
Her
daughter.
mother, Demeter, was so enraged
Demeter!
she blanketed the world in ice,
Demeter.
rendering it barren and unfruitful. Zeus was forced to act. He decreed that Persephone would be shared between Demeter and Hades, and
Demeter!
thus the matter was resolved. Well, you asked. That's her story, as the mortals tell it.
Look at her eyes like, are you kidding me?
What?
And how much of that is true?
So tell me, how much of Persephone's legend is true?
Well, let's see. Hades did kidnap Persephone. That certainly did happen. The idols almost went to war over it until Zeus intervened and ordered Hades and Persephone to wed. That quieted things. At least until Persephone killed Hades.
I adore you! I like how you're like, she killed him? He deserved it, or does this sort of thing happen a lot? Okay, already Persephone's ratcheting upwards in my estimation.
Do you want to talk to her, or just want to teach me?
Right? Especially with that face, it's like, what?
Wait, so Hades just kidnapped her? And that was okay? Does this stuff happen a lot with the idols?
Used to.
Not since the days of the Titans, which I barely remember. It was the first time one idol had killed another.
Interesting.
I'd like to say we handled it well. That Zeus and the idols were mindful of what Persephone had been through, but that would be a lie. Persephone was punished for the murder, the underworld taken from her, and we all stood by and let it happen.
Oh, she is right to be mad.
And honestly, I can't blame her.
Yeah, this is going to be, I don't blame her either. Okay, so if I remember correctly, what Persephone was angry about at the council was the perception that I had murdered Calliope and that Athena was being lenient with me.
Yeah.
Now I understand why
Yeah,
it is
because
Persephone's so furious
I
about
love
that.
this. I love the context that you get for it.
If I were her, I'd be mad at you all too.
Then you understand why things are difficult between us.
Okay, but I want to go back to this option about she murdered an idol.
Wait, Persephone killed another idol.
Oh, long time ago, yeah.
What about all of Athena's rules? Wouldn't Persephone have been, I don't know.
Executed? The murder of Hades is probably why we now have that rule. Back then, we heard Persephone had usurped Hades' throne.
Usurped.
Couldn't believe it. Just wasn't done. Now, of course, I look back and think we should have seen it coming. Oh, the benefit of hindsight.
Why didn't you see it coming? You're the god of prophecy.
I learned long ago not to.
What did she do next?
So what happened to Persephone after...
The murder? She survived, like the rest of us. She got older, and when we came to the New World, I think she would have left us if it was allowed. It isn't, so instead she did as she pleased. She started a cult, became a crime boss.
Oh, what?
It was a
What?
nice transition, but honestly, I have no insight into anything Persephone does these days.
I
Crime
adore
boss.
and a cult. Oh my god, I love her so much. Oh yeah, okay, I can just hear other people starting to say, wifey, 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 right? Oh yeah, okay, Persephone's freaking badass.
I thought she was just mad at me, but everyone seems afraid of Persephone.
Noticed that, did you? Persephone is angry with everyone, and has been for a very long time. I've told you why. But it's more than that. She does not let go of a grudge.
Yeah, none of you do.
1,000 years could pass, and Persephone will remember what you did like it was yesterday.
All right, so I did find us some help because you're apparently useless.
Are you honestly surprised?
No.
I mean, bless him, the boy has a lot of feelings.
Right?
You know?
Right? Kiwi, I'm dying for this battle song. This is going to be freaking amazing.
I found someone who will bring me to Persephone.
Finally. I'll be right behind you.
Great.
You're coming with me? But I thought...
She seems even angrier with you than she is with me. I might be able to mediate.
We'll see, I guess.
It still says I can talk to Apollo. That's interesting. Well, let's just leave it. Let's go to Persephone.
Look at her.
Such a badass. Such a badass. Oh. Uh-oh.
If you're angry with anyone, Persephone, be angry with me. It was I who...
I will deal with you later. I was willing to leave you be, Grace. To wait until your guilt was...
Look at that Dutch angle!
Yet here you are, in my domain, uninvited. Why? Are you here to beg for mercy? Are you here to challenge me? Should I be afraid?
Look at that face!
Just the living embodiment of Eep.
I don't want to fight. We're gonna start with that. Let's see how it goes.
I'm not trying to start a fight. Far from it. I came here hoping you could help me.
Help
Right,
you?
Virtus?
Perhaps you could help me instead. I'd like to understand a few things.
Do it.
Do you really expect us to believe that Calliope chose you? What's the real story? Did you stumble across her as she lay dying and desperate?
Look at
Were you
his
an
face.
accident? Did you learn what she was? Did you torture her, hold her at the point of death until she agreed to hand over her Eidolon?
Persephone, this isn't...
You have every reason to try to prove your innocence, Grace. But I have no reason to help you.
Is she getting taller?
No, the way that the angle is working, she looks like the tallest thing there. I think she's right. I mean, she looks even taller than Apollo. I'm not going to ask for Apollo's help.
I actually really like not backing down on this. I really like Calliope lived at your apartment.
Yeah.
You knew Calliope.
We all knew Calliope.
She was staying at your apartment.
You knew her. Better than I or anyone else suspected.
Are you implying that I had something to do with her death?
Prove you didn't. That's how idols work, isn't it?
She's going to the stage. Fuck!
You hear that? You're in my house, little muse. You want answers? Fight for them.
Fuck yes.
A lost little girl. You should have come here. And I sure ain't in the mood to
Look at the
make
lights.
new friends. Little girl, the shadows drawing near, and you all alone. We both know how this ends.
I know, right?
Let's see how far she bends. We all know how this ends.
Thanks for the welcome, it's my first time here. You've made your feelings for me crystal clear. You play your show, I'll just go grab a beer. Didn't come here to quarrel with you. what you've done here, this place comes up well. You've nailed the theme, it really feels like hell. Guess you're not looking for new clientele. Just as well, that's a 5-star review. Let's try the easy way. Hear what I have to say.
They get younger every year. Little big shots that drift through here think they're bringing something new to the door. And you've heard it 1,000 times before. Honey, I've heard it 1,000 times before.
That's really perceptive.
Honey, I've heard
What?
it 1,000
Why are you trying so hard?
Yeah.
Why would I come down here and start a brawl? I'm just running out of time is all. If it's true that I'm just lost and small, why you keeping your guard up?
Ooh.
Oh, that landed.
Drifts from pen, so familiar, so secondhand. What a stock dime a dozen troubadour. Honey, we've heard it 1,000 times before. Oh, we've heard it 1,000 times.
Then I guess you've heard it all before. Gave it my best and then you slammed the door. Raises the question, who else you'd ignore?
They get younger
Stay in the dark
every
and fight
year.
your endless war.
The little big
Certain
shots
you can't be surprised anymore.
think they're
You know,
bringing
there's
something
someone else that I speak
new,
for.
but you've heard it.
Do you hear that?
Calliope.
If she had something to say, would you turn her away?
Please don't do this.
Ooh.
You're lost, Persephone. You've buried yourself on stage in the blinding lights. You're hiding here.
That's not Grace's voice, is it?
Eight have had
Yes, it is.
seed. That's not on me. Rotten too long, blossomed all wrong.
Change shape. In time, you'll see we all rot away into who we will be. Your youth wasn't stolen like it was from me.
Let me help you.
Don't touch me. I don't need help from any of you. I was alone when you know who kidnapped and crushed all my dreams.
Oh
till
my
the news.
god.
I just want Calliope back.
I love the idea of letting her win.
You overcame so much on your own. You should be praised. I'm done throwing stones. Please believe me. Do you see me bowing down to you, my queen? Underworld, I hear
Calliope looked
I
differently.
concede. You wanted blood, well, there's no more to bleed. Your queen's above that. Now I get that. But can you help Persephone? Help a lost little girl.
Ooh. She's so used to fighting for her power, you come in and concede to her and don't embarrass her in front of her own audience.
You won.
So it appears. If what you told the chorus is true, why do you think Calliope came to you that night?
Hey, Bishless, and also, the red one goes full rap battle.
Oh, a full rap. Yeah, it's very, very different. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. And we're trying the fully green persuasive path. And it's really nice to know that Persephone isn't somebody you persuade. She's somebody you appease or you defeat.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, this is so subtle! I can't wait to play through again on an entirely different path. I should be honest, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Or maybe she thought I could help because I think maybe she thought I could help is a good idea because we had met once before.
Maybe she thought I could help her. She must have been nearby when whatever happened.
I see. All right, Grace. Come with me.
That's as close as you're gonna get, and take it. By the way, they've done something very...
Calliope came to me years ago.
I'll tell you in a minute.
She'd grown tired of arguing with the idols, tired of being branded a troublemaker.
Is that a
She couldn't watch the idols wither away without a fight. I knew how she felt. So I gave her the apartment.
They've done something very subtle with Apollo that I've just now noticed.
Which is?
Gray eyes.
Yes.
Gray-eyed Apollo is is part of his lore that I just now noticed. It's interesting that the crowd is also listed as spirits in the song. Like, the crowd isn't real, right? Exactly. It's her spirits of the underworld. It's her spirits haunting the underworld. They're just spirits haunting.
And the way that Beros, for that is his name now,
Beros.
Hermes and Apollo are not affected by the lighting. The rest of the scene is lit entirely differently, and they are this.
Well, they are
stark
rendered,
ideal.
and everybody else are just outlines or colors
Or ideas,
shapes
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking damn it! This is good.
Athena also has gray eyes, but so does Apollo, and so does Artemis. I don't think Artemis has gray eyes. It's Apollo. Gray-eyed Athena and gray-eyed Apollo are phrases that are very commonly used. Yeah. Let's see. Let's just leave open this nice. Ask this nice open question. How well did you know her?
So you must know better than anyone what she's been up to.
Not exactly. Calliope and I haven't spoken for at least 2 years. After
They
I
are
heard
twins,
the
but that
news,
doesn't mean that they have.
I went to the
same color
apartment
eyes.
and turned it upside down.
Okay,
I had
you're the
to
one
know
who
the
trashed
truth.
it. So
That was you?
I didn't find anything. Nothing to say what she had been involved with, or gotten into, or who she might have been fighting with.
Let's see. It's not just individual 3 paths throughout. It changes when you shift from one path to the next, so that it still has the first vibe of the song. For example, red to blue is different from blue to red and red to red. So that's just 2 choices.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so you could pick individual lines of dialogue, but I'm trying just to straight up green path this way through to kind of like set a baseline. You still think I did it?
So what now? Do you still think I'm guilty?
You're clever. You let me win our showdown, and that's a solid move. Calliope may well have chosen you.
If it wasn't Grace, that means someone else was behind Calliope's death. Someone who could keep their involvement hidden.
Athena!
One of us.
I want a better look at that jacket. That jacket is so fucking amazing.
Does it have to be an idol? You thought I killed Calliope. Couldn't it have been some other mortal?
Despite how he might look, it's not a simple matter to kill an idol.
It was difficult enough to believe you had done it. If another mortal killed her, they somehow escaped detection. We found nothing, no evidence of a battle.
You looked?
Of course we looked. What do you think was happening while you waited? If Calliope was attacked elsewhere, even magic revealed no trace of it.
Interesting. Did you say magic?
Wait. Did you say magic?
You can battle me through a song in a world of your own creation, and yet magic is beyond belief?
Well, sure. I just thought
We have our powers just as you have yours.
I can grow a field of corn like nobody's business.
Some would say our powers are also magic, but true magic is a different and older power. Hecate's to me.
At least you got that name right. Thank you.
We shouldn't rule it out. We haven't tried everything yet.
By the way, I think that tattoo on her arm is wheat cheese, which is Demeter's.
I think it's all there's a hint of that.
I need like the cosplayer T-pose style guides for all these characters. It's so incredible. Did Calliope have enemy? Yes. I don't want to tell Athena. That's going absolutely last. I'm so sus of Athena.
Did Calliope have any enemies? The way you talk about her, she must have. What? What am I missing?
Well, Calliope had a way of making people angry. She could be argumentative.
Yes, but enough to make enemies who wanted her dead?
Not that you or I know of, apparently, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist.
Let's start with Pan, because I'd really like to get other people's view on him.
Yeah.
What about Pan? He showed up at my place out of nowhere, right after I left the chorus.
He did what?
I have to wonder what his angle is.
He has one, that's for certain. Though I've never thought of him as a killer. It would be too messy.
Yeah, right?
Still, we should consider the idea. For him to show up so quickly is odd.
Now I'm going to ask if Athena could be the killer. Neither of them are still suspects, to my mind, at this point. But they haven't been eliminated either.
What about Athena? She seemed awfully insistent on declaring me guilty, don't you think?
Athena? No, Athena follows the rules.
Well...
Athena has one goal, and one goal only. To protect the idols. And that included Calliope. She'll eventually drive us all mad with her vigilance, but break her own rules? I don't see it.
It's absolutely 150% Athena, you know that, right?
I think we have to say you're both still suspects, technically.
For all I know, either one of you could have done it, and you're just playing along.
Apollo is capable of many things, but lying? He was never any good at it.
Whereas we know how capable you are of murder.
How very...
This is
dude.
the one and only god I killed. Deserved it.
Right. Sorry I brought it up. Couldn't we go to Athena with this? If you've changed your minds and you're both part of the chorus...
Athena would be sympathetic, but the die has been cast.
She won't go back on the edict, not without clear evidence.
Oh, now you want evidence.
She acted on the information she had. If we want to sway her, we need something better.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know the idols. Don't you have any ideas?
I told you I wouldn't be of much help, Grace.
Did you now? That's unsurprising. When are you ever of help to anyone but yourself?
Says the woman who forced Grace to challenge her rather than answer a simple question.
Calliope died, Apollo. Calliope, who came with us all the way from the old world.
You think I don't know that? Are you forgetting what the Muses meant to me?
Okay, bye. Thanks, Persephone. Bye. Leave now.
No. Stop fighting. Should I give up? This won't help Calliope.
Love it. Do that.
Okay. And I will do that right after we come back to the advert. Because it's yelling at me to indulge in capitalism, and I am out of coffee. Okay, we'll let the two of them yell at each other in the background for a second, while the hero has some internal monologue about recapping the events and making a decision about how to move forward. But in the meantime, if you've been with us since the stream started and you haven't gotten up and wiggled around and gotten a sip of water, now is a very good time for you to do that, while I refill my own water, and we'll be right back.
Would you perhaps like me to make some more coffee?
You didn't kill off the pot, did you? You had your latte.
Yes, but I thought you killed off the pot.
I don't think I have yet. I am going to go check. I'm wondering why no one is considering Hades. Yes, he's currently assumed dead, but given his traditional pain, who's to say he's staying that way, right? And there's already been a reference to Hecate, so I'm pretty sure we're going to get to go talk to her, because that'll be...
Is Hades spending a year dead for tax reasons?
He's spending a year dead for tax reasons. Well, his son Zagreus is all over the place right now. He's kind of got his hands
full. His daughter's about to graduate. So.
Right, you know, he's really busy. But yes, please
you know
do
there's
a
a Boldy
coffee.
plush, right?
A what plush?
Sisyphus and Boldy? I think there is a Boldy plush.
Oh no! It must be mine! I'm gonna check on the weather as well, because if it rained, I missed it. Haha, what a pun.
Is it very fucking hot still, by the way?
Oh, yes it is. Well, if it rained, it didn't rain enough to get the pavement wet, which means it didn't really rain, so... But it feels perceptibly slightly cooler, so maybe it's raining somewhere else. By the way, I love how you get the, like, bumping, thumping background music in the background, which is very cool. Oh. Right, you can just hear it thumping in the background, which I think is amazing.
Not pictured us shaking our rumps.
Yeah. So there's some kitchen butt dancing going on here. Not that the kitchen has a butt, but my butt is in the kitchen, and it is dancing. By the way, I'm turning off that overhead light because it's too freaking hot in there. Oh... I'm glued to the AccuWeather Live rainfall map, watching this big old green blob creep closer to me. Yeah, I Hades not being dead or coming back from the dead is peak brand, so... I like it. I like it so much.
Oh.
Now that's what I call a wizard. His inventory is full of scrolls! Yes. Actual scenes of Gale. Ooh, that's a diamond. I don't have one of those. Just me peering through your inventory. Oh, I have that axe. I recognize it. I have that staff. I recognize it. I think that's a web bomb. I don't have one of those. Ooh, I don't know what that is.
Pre-gate Balduran.
No, I mean, well, one of my favorite fan artists just posted up, that's what I call a wizard, and I'm like, me scrolling through identifying things. Yes, it's taken me 100 hours of my current Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough to realize, hey, if I give all the scrolls to the spellcasters, then they can throw those spells without using their slots, and all of their stats are geared towards throwing those spells.
I just want to enter into the record before anyone considers the possibility I might be mocking Marguerite for this. I just had my first big fight in Starfield and carefully bought weapons for it. And no ammo.
No, what I do is all of the big gigantic area effect cause walls of fire or
I love
slits of
Scion.
ice. I give those to the people who have high initiative bonuses because then they can set the stage, and then I give the spells to my wizard. Maybe that's what I need to do with Will. I cannot figure out how to fight with a warlock, and I need to have him in the party for plot reasons, but he's so terrible the way I play him right now. Maybe I'll just load him down with spell scrolls and see if that does any better. He can be, rent a wizard or something. I don't know.
I love Scion Virtus. That's such a good game.
Oh. I'm learning, okay? I've never played D&D before, and even this watered-down Baldur's Gate version is requiring a lot of tactical development on my part. And I love it so! Anyway, let's move on.
Whereas thanks to an accident of scheduling on Starfield, I'm currently doing missions with a plot unkillable main NPC who just
does all the work for you. So you should go do every side quest for as long as possible.
She just murdered an alien death machine with a pistol. And isn't even sweaty. So I'm like, oh, you're never leaving the ship.
Right?
Never leaving the ship.
Oh, I just felt that temperature shift. Okay.
Hope so.
All right. This is not going to help Calliope, you two. Mom and Dad, stop arguing.
Please, both of you. None of this will help Calliope. I know you both miss her. I know you cared about her, but she's not completely gone. A piece of her is in me. She came to me for help, and I don't want to die any more than she did.
Ooh!
Oh!
What a song!
Calliope, I'm listening now. Tell us what end you were doomed to.
Calliope, blinded by fire, what match did you strike that consumed?
Oh, nice.
You blame her, what could she have done to earn such a fate? You are blinded.
God of the sun hides from his own eyes. What would you know about fate?
You say that you knew her, she was family to us, yet you don't hesitate to accuse her. Oh, queen without a throne, go bitter with fury. Not everyone seeks to betray you.
Stop this.
Avenge a muse.
No.
Apollo, your help is not needed here. Go ahead and abandon another muse.
Ooh.
Oh!
That gauntleted me, could your heart shrivel any further?
You abandoned me to a terrible fate.
You replay your injuries till it's too late.
You know how far I bent before I snapped.
This is not about you. Enough! This helps no one.
There he is, God of the Sun. Aren't you a queen with all that means?
Interesting.
Stop looking for a fight. These old wounds, they confine you. You're more than your pain.
She abandoned us.
No, son, she abandoned you.
Or stay.
Oh, Green Pass says go with Persephone, so...
That Apollo isn't sucking all the oxygen out of the room. Perhaps we can get somewhere.
So that's interesting. You can only kind of partner up with
One at a time.
one at a time.
Because that's the second time. You have the option of partnering with Pan and you choose Freddy. You partner with Apollo and then you choose Persephone.
Interesting. I wonder if there's a path where you can get them to work together. Yeah, and that wasn't a choice. It was, both options were white. It wasn't a path-dictated thing. It seems like a lot of this game is about having to choose between two people. Yeah, and I'm wondering if that may be what might have happened to Calliope. I'm going to go with, was all that necessary? Because you did not comport yourself
Was
well.
all that really necessary? His reaction wasn't great, but you did provoke him.
It wasn't my finest moment, but you saw how he transformed. Apollo likes to pretend he's not the man he used to be, but behind that sad facade lurks exactly the lout I remember. I'll admit the problem you present is a sticky one. If an idol is behind Calliope's death, they're clever. I need time to formulate a plan.
You going to help me?
You've decided to help me then? I wasn't sure you would.
I've already admitted that Calliope might actually have chosen you. Don't push your luck.
Oh, I didn't mean...
You have fight in you. You've taken quickly to the Muse's powers. It's possible that she saw the potential. So yes, I'll help you. If, however, this has all been a desperate deception, well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Okay, so there's a flirt option. I'm just going to say, is Athena really not an
I
option?
have to ask, is Athena really not an option? She wouldn't see what you see? At all?
She might. Athena's no fool. She sees everything in terms of risk. Anything with the slightest chance of being a danger to the idols will not be tolerated.
I like that this is an intelligence choice I don't have. Maybe our culprit knows that. I mean, I'm going to say that's harsh.
Well, that's harsh.
You'll notice I no longer live among my fellow idols. I left, as did Calliope.
Because of Athena?
Athena is why we survived. I'll give her that. But her fears can be smothering.
I'm not flirting with her.
What should I do while you're formulating? I don't like sitting on my hands.
Yeah, I've noticed. If you wish to keep busy, burn down the city, start a revolution, become a terror the likes of which mortals only dream.
Really?
Really?
No, Grace. Go home. Be patient. When you see me next, I'll have a better idea of what to do.
Queen without a throne. Ah! That was the end of Act 1. Interesting.
Hey, Freddy. Have you been waiting up this whole time?
Yeah? A goat man sends you off into the night. Your life is on the line. And I'm gonna, sleep? What if you were taken prisoner, kept in a cave by a cyclops, or I don't know, turned into a tree? I was worried sick.
Oh, Freddy.
I have to flirt with her, I'm sorry.
You were worried about me? Aw.
Well, you're my best friend in the whole world, Grace. Plus, what would the band do?
Sure.
Right, the band. Where are Kaz and Brian anyway?
I told them you were fine, which isn't a lie, because technically you are. Now tell me everything that happened. Huh. Persephone runs a club called the Underworld. That's a little on the nose.
I wouldn't suggest saying that to her face.
And you ended up staying with her instead of Apollo? I don't know, Grace. She sounds a little volatile.
I quite like, she has her reasons. It's not that she's not so bad. She is terrifying.
And she has every right to be. Yeah, I like she has her reasons as well. But she's also one of the only people who's ever been in a even slightly similar situation.
Exactly.
And Apollo was a sad sack. And I know where Oracle lives now, so I can go talk to Oracle whenever I want.
She has her reasons. I just hope I don't end up on her bad side again.
You'll figure your way out of it. You're still you.
I am still me. That's true.
So what are your options? You need to go back to Persephone at some point?
I could go back to Apollo's as well. Make sure he's not sore about what happened.
Oh, and, there's this. Pan left a card, says, "Come by Olympus." I doubt he means the mountain in Greece.
That name keeps coming up. The idols live there, or at least most of them do.
Sounds cool. Even if Pan is there.
Still not a fan?
You know how some people just set your teeth on edge? That's Pan. I can't help it. But it doesn't matter.
Interesting.
I said I'd help, and that's what I'll do. You can count on me, Grace.
Thanks, Freddy.
The muse? Oh, the embodiment of inspiration.
Look at how all of the jewelry on all of the humans is silver. But the jewelry that we've seen on all of the idols so far has been gold. Very subtle.
Oh, that's a good spot, hun.
Interesting. All right, let's check our journal. No, don't go there. All right, let's see if there's anything new on Freddy. And, of course, Freddy was waiting up when I got back from the underworld. She apologized for how things went down with Pan during the song, but honestly, I get it now. My power draws the good and the bad out of people, and I don't always get to choose which it will be. At any rate, it's good that I have Freddy at my side during all of this. Well, stay with the journal, please. Calliope. Okay, so here we go. Calliope was one of the 3 idols called the Muses, the last one still living, according to Apollo. Once they were his constant companions, but in the last few years they grew apart. Calliope was angry at how the idols had lost their way, quote-unquote, and apparently argued with everyone a lot. Which doesn't sound like the Calliope I met at all. If it's true, it means she wasn't the most popular idol, and there may be more suspects than I imagined. I visited Calliope's apartment. It was gorgeous, filled with every musical instrument you can imagine, and memorabilia dating back, I don't know, 100 years or more. She had everything she could ever possibly want or need at her fingertips. Is that what it means to be the muse? Apparently, after years of arguing with the idols and making everyone angry, Calliope finally left Olympus, and that's when she became friends with Persephone, who gave her the apartment. However, Persephone says they haven't spoken in 2 years, so she doesn't know what Calliope's been doing lately either. And also, look at the picture of Calliope, look at the neckline on her dress, or her top, and see how it kind of mimics the necklace that Apollo's wearing.
Oh, good spot.
Okay. I'm just going to read all the updated entries. Hermes. I ran into none other than Hermes at the Underworld. I'm pretty sure they didn't follow me there. They were just vibing. You know, for an idol, they don't seem that bad. Would you believe Hermes has only been an idol for a year or so? They talked a lot about old Hermes, so I guess they must have gone through something like me. They were there when the old Hermes died and his eidolon passed on to them. How often does that happen, I wonder?
I just want to highlight we're using they, them for Hermes, and I really love that.
They answered one question at least about how they showed up at the apartment so quickly. Apparently, when an idol dies, Hermes has to be there. Well, whoever Hermes is at the time, I guess. They were kind of close-mouthed about it, but they just know. Strange story, but what else is new?
Good spot on the Caduceus.
Yeah, on the sleeve. Yep, well done. Nothing new about Aphrodite. I already read the part about...
The sad boy.
A sad boy. Oracle. Wow, seeing Apollo and Persephone biting each other's head off was really eye-opening. Do I of the idols hold grudges against each other like this? It's no wonder one of them got murdered. Apollo brought me to see Persephone, but who do you think almost tanked the entire thing? That's right, he did. He got all big and angry like he was about to start hurling thunderbolts, oh God, and stormed out of the underworld like an angry child. I still can't believe it.
You could read that as a strategic flounce.
It could be. We'll find out later.
Or could just be a simple dick, you know?
Persephone laughed when I asked if Athena might be a suspect, like the suggestion was ridiculous. Athena's entire existence is based on protecting the idols, and apparently she'd never break her own rules? She sounds so fun. I'm still sus. Still 100% sus. Athena has tons and tons and tons of people she could manipulate to do her bidding. Apollo gave me the lowdown on Persephone. Apparently the whole story about how she was kidnapped by Hades, Lord of the Underworld, is more or less true. He made Persephone his bride against her will, and the other idols did squat to stop it. What the stories don't mention is how she later killed Hades and took his throne, only to have that throne taken away by the other idols as punishment for the murder. Persephone's pretty pissed off about it still, and honestly, who wouldn't be? When I finally met Persephone at her nightclub, she almost immediately challenged me to a song duel, which I let her win, of course, and I think she knew it. That she finally answered my questions, even if it didn't mean much. She gave Calliope the apartment, sure, but because Persephone felt sorry for her. They haven't spoken in maybe 2 years. Seems like the idols do this a lot. Things got ugly between Apollo and Persephone pretty quickly until Apollo stormed out, and I let him go. I mean, sure, 2 minutes before Persephone wanted my head on a platter, but now she was willing to help. Isn't that what he brought me here for? So she's my new ally now, I suppose. She says that if an idol is really behind Calliope's death and was able to cover up their involvement, finding them might be difficult. Which, you know, great. I actually ran into Pan again at the Underworld, just by coincidence, so he says, hanging around in the very places Tip eventually led me to. Granted, the Underworld is kind of his place, but what are the odds? Pan agreed to help me find Persephone, who either didn't know I was at the club or was avoiding me. That place is huge. And this time he didn't even ask for anything in return. I just had to bat my eyelashes at him and say, pretty please. Neither Apollo nor Persephone seems to consider Pan much of a suspect. He's not a murderer, according to them, even though his sudden involvement remains suspicious. I met Eros, the god of sex, just hanging around in the Underworld, looking like a Turkish wrestler taking a quick break from his BDSM dungeon. He was nice enough, if kind of wrapped up in his own problems. Hardly seemed a killer type, but what do I know? I can't wait to talk to him more.
My instinct is the sad sick boy here is pretty much the single person you can take off your suspect list.
Yeah.
He knows the killer.
I'm gonna go to... I don't want to talk to Persephone. I don't want to talk to Pan. I don't really want to talk to Apollo. Why can't I go to Olympus? I should talk to Persephone or go see what Pan wants.
Now a short silence whilst Marguerite ignores what the game recommends and goes in the opposite direction.
Right? I'm like, you've given me 2 choices. My Commander Shepard instinct says, what's the third option? Pan is in Olympus, like Freddy said. Okay, so Pan is last then, because he's gonna, probably advance the plot. So here's my thinking. Apollo's the freebie. So I think we should go talk to Apollo.
Dirk Polo, God of Chest Meat, does seem like the logical first step.
Well, it's also the freebie, like I said. The plot is I have to pick Pan or Persephone. And if Persephone's like, why didn't you come talk to me? I can be like, you were formulating! So I'm going to go talk to Apollo first.
You bring in the casserole.
Can I bring a casserole this time? Besides, I think talking to Apollo will be quite short. And we're
he
just
might very well slam the door in your face.
Right. Or just not be there. The bags of garbage. Oh, he's there.
Grace.
Yeah, told you she'd be back.
What are you doing here? When you stayed with Persephone, I thought that... Well, I didn't expect to see you again.
Why? You can still help. I wanted to check on you. Can't we be friends? I like the idea of can't we be friends. It's neutral.
Why? Just because I think Persephone can help me, we can't still be friends?
Is that what we are, Grace? Friends?
You helped me. You brought me to Persephone. I'd say that qualifies.
I'm not sure I've helped you. All I've done is dropped you in Persephone's lap.
What, and that's bad?
Yes. Well, no. I can never be objective when it comes to my family. They bring out the worst in me. It's why I avoid them whenever possible, and why I should have resisted getting dragged into all this.
Calliope
All
still...
this?
No. There's a green option. See? Calliope still needs you. Yeah.
Apollo, everything you sang about still applies. Even if you got angry.
I know.
We all make mistakes. You pick yourself up, and you try again for Calliope's sake.
I'll think about it, Grace. I promise. For now, you're in far better hands.
I'll hold you to that. Don't think I won't.
See, I like that, because it does a good job of not letting him
Off the fucking hook.
off the hook and being a sad sack.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you got angry, but that doesn't mean everything that happened previously doesn't still apply. Don't give up. And I said that in front of an oracle who can hold you to it. And I didn't bring a casserole, though. I feel bad about that. I bet that scene also plays a little differently if you had flirted with him previously.
Oh, I think that scene will play a lot differently
Yeah.
if you flirted with him.
All right. I'm kind of tempted to just leave it here. Oh, okay. Wendy says it's raining. Go, Wendy, go. She needs to run outside and be
Look
in
at
the
the
rain.
color of light.
I know. I'm going to open up the curtains here and take a peek and see if there's any rain on our immediate future either. Oh, come on. The sky is darkening.
Interesting. The green path is the only way to mend the relationship with Apollo. If you choose Persephone, otherwise he straight up says, "I'm sorry, I can't help you."
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want him to be like... I don't want him to fall back into being a sack. I think he's right that Persephone might be able to help me further. And I just want to hold him accountable. The green path is the only way to mend the relationships. He says, "I'm sorry, this is where we part ways." Interesting. All right, let's read our journal really quick then.
The other thing which I find really interesting about this is all of these folks are locked into the belief they're trapped in a story.
Yep. I went to see Apollo at his beach house to try and patch things up, but I don't know how well it went. He's helping me for Calliope's sake, right? Why stop now? Just because he got upset at Persephone. I wonder if I'll see him again. Interesting. Let's see if there's anything different in Persephone's entry. Oh, I love that outfit so much. Nope, nothing new. All right, so I think if we want to reinforce that we are Persephone's buddy, I think we should talk to her.
I do too.
Because I think she's going to tell us we need to get more information, which will eventually lead us to Olympus anyway.
Oh, the color scheme.
Oh,
of
I
Persephone.
know.
Oh my god.
The color scheme, Persephone's color scheme is just glorious. The like minty neon green and the like warm pinky purple. It's so
I
nice.
wonder if we get a wardrobe shift on Grace at the end, because Grace is very notable for being
all black,
monochrome and all black.
Yeah. We'll find out.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
All right, I'm back. The rain is currently too light to be satisfying to stand in. I'm sorry, Wendy. I hope it gets worse for you.
I hope vociferous rain is in all of our futures.
Right. Let's get started by talking to Persephone and see what she has to say. Because, let's be honest, she's the one person who's been through something vaguely similar so far.
Exactly.
Oh, back already, are you? It's just as well. I've asked around, called in some favors, just enough to get an idea of what all the idols are currently up to. Much as I'm loath to admit it, I'm back to thinking Pan may be our prime suspect after all.
Oh?
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
I did. It doesn't seem like his style. Pan has always preferred scheming over direct confrontation.
I need info on that flower on
Thing
her
is, how does he
sleeve.
know about you so quickly? What does he hope to gain by sticking his nose in?
A favor or two, I guess.
Half the idols owe him a favor or two. No, he's up to something else. Until I know what it is, I can't discount the possibility that he's involved in all this.
Why?
You should know. Pan asked me to meet him at Olympus. I'm not sure why.
Oh,
It should be pomegranate, but I'm not sure.
No. He probably wants to cash in his favor.
Huh. That's what he does. Collect favors and then use them to gather even more favors. To what end, I dare not guess.
God, that jacket's amazing. Is that a motive?
Maybe that's what went wrong with Calliope. A favor she wouldn't repay.
Or something she'd discovered and refused to conceal. Well, that would be just like her. You should go ahead and see what Pan wants. It might be useful.
Just throw caution to the wind, huh?
Somehow you'll manage.
Yeah, that was the
We'll
right
send
way
you
to do
a
it.
party, Grace. One Aphrodite's.
Yay!
She and Eros know Pan perhaps better than anyone. If you go, it'll give you a chance to find out what he's really up to.
Why a party?
Why a party? Couldn't I just go wherever she lives and ask her?
You could, but if you go to this party, she'll be grateful. She holds it from time to time and always asked Calliope to attend, but Calliope never would. You can put two and two together. A grateful Aphrodite might be willing to tell you what Pan is really up to.
That's a compelling argument.
I still have that invitation from Pan. Maybe it'd be easier if I just went to see him.
You should do both. Just don't believe a single word coming out of his mouth.
I might be able to coax some truth out of him. I can be persuasive.
A battle of the silver tongues, I'm sure.
You know Aphrodite better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
She and I don't get along.
Like how you and Apollo don't get along?
Thank you for asking
Even
that
more
question.
intensely than that. I once said some things about her husband. They were true, but unwelcome. Suffice it to say, if I showed up at Aphrodite's party, revealing Pan's secrets would be the last thing on her mind.
One wild party with the goddess of love coming up.
It's less of a wild party and more of a somber affair.
You mean like a cocktail party?
Let me put it this way. Apollo will likely be there.
Gotcha. Expectations of fun downgraded considerably. I'll let you know what I find.
I like that. Okay.
Can I smell burning? Or is that petrichor?
It may just be the fry place across the street. Interesting. So I've talked to... I should go to Aphrodite's party or go see... Or see what Pan wants, I guess. I'm going to go to Aphrodite. I'm going to do both. But I think I'm going to go to Aphrodite's party first.
Yeah.
Because if I learn anything about Pan, then I can confront him with it when I go and talk to him.
We spent 8 hours in air conditioning yesterday, so our voices are a little fried.
Yeah, well, our sinuses are a little dried out and coffee because we were in the car in air conditioning so much of yesterday, which is fine. It's just a little rough on the sinuses. And I think this is a good time to wrap it up.
Because if not, we're just going to dive headlong into another 3-4
If not,
hours
I'm
of
just
this
going to
shit.
want to play this forever and ever. And I have
shit,
so much
this
more
thing is
stuff to
fun.
do today. And my gates,
They must be
need
bouldered.
I have so much to do. All right. And I think that's everything. So, yes, as we mentioned at the top of the stream, there will not be a stream on Wednesday night after all, because I forgot that we had dinner plans with friends from out of country who are in country, and they will run late enough that we will not be back in time for stream. So, Wendy, I will put this in the Discord as well and ask Ducky to update the tweets accordingly. Zalia, if you're watching the VOD, or I hope you're not watching this from Florida, I hope you are soundly asleep, having showered and rested,
And the
off your
cicadas are
feet,
not screaming
and the
too hard.
cicadas are not yelling at you, and you're having a glorious time in Disney World. We send you our love. For everyone else, I hope it rains for all of you and that we all get slightly cooler weather. The light is darkening perceptibly here. So I'm really hoping we might get something as well, something to help drop some of the temperature and the moisture, more importantly, out of the air.
Also, The Light is Darking will be the title of our first YA novel.
The light is
The Light is Darking.
The light is darking would be
Starring
light.
Chad Dark.
Chad Chestmeat. Starring Chad Chestmeat. We will be back next Sunday, but probably also somewhat sleep deprived, because next Saturday is the British Fantasy Awards, and we will go to those.
Which we will not win, but...
We will probably not win, no. But we will go to and then come home late that night, and then be up early Sunday morning for hopefully slightly more energy than this
Those of
particular
you
morning.
who are attending the London Podcast Festival, please have the most excellent of times. Those of you who are not, may I humbly recommend that in a few weeks, if I remember correctly, the Realms of Power and Glory live show, which Naomi is traveling to be part of, will be up on their main feed. Listen to it, be amazed, and then listen to everything else they do, because the RPG folks are fucking brilliant.
And the other thing I would remind you of is Season 3, the final season of Red Valley.
Arrives soon.
In 2 weeks from today. So if you need to get caught up on Red Valley, you have time to do so, because it is 2 seasons of 10 episodes a season, and they're not too long
Like
of episodes.
15 minutes a time.
They are gloriously wonderful.
Gordon Porlock, Secret Warlock, walks amongst us once again.
Exactly. Very much so. And we're wrapping just a touch early by like 3 minutes, because I'm hoping Wendy's going to have to run out and be into the rain here shortly, and that's a good thing. I think that's everything.
I think it is. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. A little bit more chill than usual this morning, but we did do a pseudo-ancient Greek rap battle, so, you know, we got that
No,
going.
ours was more of a jazz duet than a rap battle.
A little bit disco as well.
It's the lighting.
Yeah,
For sure.
I dig this so fucking much.
We'll come back next week, and we'll go to Aphrodite's party and see what that's going to be about. Somber affair. I wonder if her husband died.
Yeah, she does look sad.
Yeah, I have many, many thoughts. Excellent. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for joining us, folks. We'll see you next time. I've been Alistair.
I've been Marguerite.
And this has been fun.
Have a good one. Bye.